you're highly active in the Facebook world as well as the YouTube world, and you're one of the moderators over at Positive Trumpet, correct?
Yeah, Positive Trumpeters Worldwide.
Mhm.
So me and Troy, and then Vinny and Armida and Axel, we're kind of like the OG, co-founders. It was spearheaded by Troy, but Troy and I kind of laid the groundwork, and then Troy went out and found some more moderators, and now we're a year and change in. We're nearing 8,500 members. We did, I think, close to 50 or 60 live streams last year, warm up sessions, interviews. So that's been pretty cool, and just a great way to stay kind of like, I don't know what's the, like, you get a pulse of the trumpet community globally, because
Right.
we've got people in like every country, and I think that's pretty awesome that we can really reach so many people.
Yeah, I really have enjoyed being a part of that community, and first of all, I just love the name, because there's just way too much negativity in the trumpet world. So just that whole concept of just being positive, and keeping it real at the same time. But so what was the impetus behind the formation of that group?
So the biggie was that, and we had a list of a lot of names that we kind of came through, but we really kind of gravitated, over and over to that Positive Trumpeters. And the real impetus was Troy, and he was just seeing there were so many groups that if you went and posted a video of yourself playing, it was just gonna, you know, turn into a shit show. I mean,
Yeah.
it was just gonna turn into just madness in the comment section. And people, they say stuff online that they're not gonna say to your face.
Yeah.
They just, the little keyboard warriors, and they type stuff without really thinking of the ramifications.
Hmm.
What the person on the other end may feel. And because of that, there are so many trumpeters out there, young, developing, impressionable trumpet players, and they're kind of afraid to post online, to get advice, to, put themselves out there. And, well, that's a shame. So we were really trying to create a space, and that was like through Troy, because for a long time he wasn't posting online, and then he kind of started pushing himself to really upload videos of himself playing.
Right.
And you got to develop a thick skin for that.
Yeah.
Um, well, in Positive Trumpeters Worldwide, you don't,
Hmm.
because it's part of the culture, it's part of the community. People are respectful. If someone feels a certain way about your video, you can, feel pretty confident that if it's negative, they're not going to post it. They'll keep it to themselves, which is what people should be doing anyway.
Yeah. It's that difference between uh, constructive criticism and destructive criticism, and it's amazing because I think that the power of social media, the power of technology as it stands now, whether it be looking at Facebook or like we were talking about YouTube, um, this is a time when information is so readily accessible, and this is a golden age of information and learning, and if we could take advantage of that without that fear, and like you were saying, there's so many young players out there that, man, they have access to people like you, to people like Roger, Vinny, all kinds of different people that could give some very, very beneficial feedback. Even, the things that I try to do here with this podcast, giving people insight into things that the average player is never going to hear, or at least when we're growing up, you would never really have this kind of access. And it's that fear that people have of putting themselves out there that I think that's really a detriment. And I really have to take my hat off. If I had one, I take my hat off to you guys and what you're doing with that, of just trying to provide that safe space. And it's not like, yeah, you do have to have a thick skin if you're a performer, because there are always going to be people who don't like what you do. But as trumpet players, we should be doing so much more to build our community and to share our love with younger players, or people that don't have all the benefits that we do. So
Exactly. And also, we've really made a big effort to try and show exactly not just what the trumpet community is, but what the trumpet community can be,
yeah,
and provide, kind of good examples and role models, because there's some trumpet organizations out there, and maybe you go to their conferences, and you get a lot of people of a similar demographic,
yeah,
and there's a lot of just incredible, fantastic players from all over the world, right? Of all genders, of all races. And it's important that we recognize that, and that we really, kind of highlight the fact that the trumpet world is bigger than just our own little community.
yeah,
It's bigger than just whatever organization or competition or this or that. Uh, there are so many players I never knew about that are just monster players, just unbelievable monster players. And I learned about them through PTW,
yeah.
just because we have that reach, and
Hmm.
because we have moderators that live in different countries, and they run in different circles. And these are people that they know, these are their friends, and they say, hey, wait a minute, you should really, you should check out so and so, or we should have this person do a warm up session. And it's just been incredible.